Let's go. Welcome to Lifestyles. Happy Saturday. This is Eric, and this is Lifestyles with Eric. We're going to do some relationship stuff tonight. We're going to talk about whys. Why do men do what they do? Why do women do what they do? I'm a man, so obviously I'll speak on men's behalf, and I can relate to some of the experiences that I've possibly been through or not. Hopefully, we'll have some men in the chat coming in to speak on that, and definitely some women to speak on some things that women do and why they do what they do. Hope everybody's having a great, safe Saturday. Hope everybody had a great holiday. Hey, Lynn, what's going on? Welcome to Lifestyles. What's going on, Big G? Salute. What's happening? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe to Lifestyles with Eric. Our ultimate goal is to be monetized. We're about a little under 400 away from being monetized, or at least having a little over 1,000 subscribers. So let's get me there. I appreciate you coming into the chat. I wish I was watching the Tyson fight. It's exhibition with Roy Jones Jr., but it still would be nice to watch it. Just didn't feel like getting out tonight. It's a little chilly, so I felt like staying in and talking to my family, lifestyles. So, um, why do we do what we do? Um, give me a topic, give me a question. If you have anything that you want to ask about men, then you just shoot it to me and let me know, and then we can put it out in the atmosphere and see who speaks on that. Why do men cheat? That's one of the questions I wrote down. I'm sure women would like to know that. Why are men insecure about their women? Why do men feel their penis rule everything or all women? Okay, George, that sounds good. I'll definitely look at some of that tomorrow or whatever. It's no big deal anyway. But Mike Tyson fights were always the most exciting fights when we were younger. So I just kind of been anticipating watching him fight again, and I'm glad for him. He's in shape and he looks good. Both of them actually look great. So it should be interesting. It's supposed to be an exhibition, but Mike Tyson said he was definitely fighting. So we'll see what happens. Um, Relationships. Who's up for it tonight? We can talk for a little while and get a few things out there. Uh, why do men choose uh, to be in an interracial relationship? A lot of times, why do they hate their own race? That's a question I have for myself. For other men sometimes because I kind of wonder when I hear men talk about their race and the women that they don't talk to them, and the reasonings why are kind of asinine sometimes. But um, everybody has their reason why they do what they do or not. Uh, why do women wait so long to have sex and then basically blame it on the man because they enjoyed it and they get all of a sudden clingy because they've waited so long again and all of a sudden enjoy the man and then get clingy because they've waited so long. So they don't know how that feeling feels, or it's been such a long time that they can't relax. Um, that's a good one. Um, how do you tell a woman that her sex isn't good? How does that happen? Um, do you tell her? Do you? I mean, I'm asking just as a question. Um, so those are some of the questions I have, and we'll see who comes up in the chat, and we can talk about it and see what's out there and see who's got that on their mind tonight or not. because if it's not 15 minutes or longer, then I'm getting off of it and I'm going to bed. So um, let's talk. Let's talk. What's going on, James? What's up? Welcome to Lifestyles. Thanks for coming in tonight. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And I hope you had a good holiday, man. It was definitely good, fam. Thank you. I appreciate that, bro. Salute. Salute. Um, yeah, man. We're talking about relationships. We haven't really got into the nitty gritty yet, but I have thrown some questions out there, and I want to know, um, what everybody feels about that. Um, I know Gwendolyn Porter. She wanted to know, talking about some relationship stuff. So I'm looking for Gwen to get out there and speak her mind and tell us what's on her mind about men, and maybe we can help out. Ooh, sorry, I'm yawning. Do apologize. Um, it's been a long week, um, longer weekend. We've got a few days off. We're expecting some snow, which I'm not looking forward to that. Hey, Peggy, what's going on? Hey, Sherry, welcome to Lifestyles. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. George said, I know women that will tell you if your D was garbage, so I do as they do, and them if their sex was good or could have been better. Okay, okay. That's what I need to hear. Give me some honest answers. How do you tell a woman her sex isn't that great? Hey, Santana, how are you? Welcome to Lifestyles. Happy Saturday. I hope you had a great holiday with you and your girls and your family. My holiday was great, actually. Thank you. It doesn't seem like this is really focused. Hold on. Let's see. That's better. Um, yeah. So James, the Tyson and Jones fight is happening downtown Staples tonight. Okay. Ah, wow. Okay, cool. I just didn't feel like getting out. I'd like to see it. I just didn't feel like getting out. I wish I was out in LA, enjoying the weather, of course. Not the curfew that I think they're under out in LA, but I'd love to be out at the Staples Center watching the fight live. I think that'd be awesome and something to do. Um, Sherry, what's going on? Peggy, what's going on? How do you tell a man, Peggy, that he doesn't perform very well? Break it to him softly. But let's see. You really just have to say it. I guess sometimes it's how we say what we say, but I would say it would just be is to just kind of start that conversation off, like I said, lightly, and then just kind of get into it a little bit. And if there's something that man can do, oh, excuse me, I am yawning. I do apologize. If there's something that he can do to make his performance better in bed, um, give him some suggestions before giving up. Now, sometimes you got to give up because you can't make a person feel a certain way, whether it's a woman or a man. So it's either you stick in there or you just give it up. Um, it just kind of varies. I try to be polite about it and talk about what they like, and I don't like it. And I don't like and ask them first. Okay, George. Okay. Yes, we have mandatory curfew. COVID-19 numbers are going through the roof. You know what? People need to keep wearing those masks, James. I mean, I guess that's the best I can say. Um, I don't believe the numbers per se. I know that the numbers aren't all accurate, yet I know COVID is real. I just don't believe that the numbers are spiking the way they say because I think that they're counting the false positives. So, who knows, James, but keep you and your family safe, bro. And I'm glad you came in tonight. Just be as safe as you can be. And, we're going to talk tonight. Just don't forget to tell more people about me and we're going to talk. What's going on, Fair is Fair? What is happening? Your uncle is here, and I am ready for it. We're doing relationships tonight. We're talking about what the whys. Why do women do what they do? Why do men do what they do? Why do men cheat? Why are men insecure? Why do men think that their penis is the ruler of everything? Uh-oh. Sorry, my phone. I'll fix that. Okay, so I don't believe all men cheat. I can. Hey, Gwendolyn, what's going on? Welcome to Lifestyles. You have relationships. This is what you've been asking for, so you got it. Let's go, fair is fair. What's happening? I don't believe all men cheat. I believe good men make good decisions. I agree, fair is fair. And all men, of course, don't cheat. Um, Women cheat as well. That's not just for gender specifically, but I think men do a lot more of that sometimes than women do, because our eyes tend to wander, and we're made different. Hey, Shirley, welcome to Lifestyles. Happy Saturday. Hope you had a great holiday. I simply suggest sensual foreplay because sometimes it makes it better. Absolutely, Lynn. I agree. Foreplay is always great instead of just jumping into it and Humpty, Humpty, Humpty. You have to touch, feel, kiss, rub, cuddle, enjoy each other's smell, taste. Um, that makes the sexual experience a lot better, I believe. So, you know, that's just what I feel. Um, when you think, let's see, when you think to cheat, you should explain to your mate you have those feelings. I'm sure they will correct whatever is wrong instead of just yes, smell and taste. Absolutely. Um, Absolutely. Stay in communication with your mate. The lack of communication, Gwendolyn, absolutely, is one of the biggest problems. People um, tend to get too comfortable and let the communication kind of fade away that they had years ago. A lot of couples are together for a long time and just kind of let that stuff kind of fade away, and they shouldn't. Smell and taste, absolutely. Lynn, dancing is great. Sensual dancing, dirty dancing, all the above. I agree totally. Um, I've had that experience before, James. Because they're selfish and they expect the man to do everything and to please them, and then they just again want to be pleased and aroused, but maybe they don't know how to arouse a man, or they just don't want to. I myself don't. I wouldn't agree with that, or I wouldn't. Excuse me, I wouldn't like that at all. If we're going to be intimate, let's be intimate together. And we all know intimacy isn't always sex. It's about, excuse me, being close to each other, touching, feeling, holding each other, caressing one another. But men, we do enjoy being touched and caressed as well, and massaged and things like that. So women, don't forget about us. Don't leave us out. Um, we need that. We need that closeness too. Have to do everything, all the licking, sticking, and you know what. So yeah, let's not do that. But people's communication and couples communications definitely need to get better. Tell each other what you want, what you like, what you don't like, your dislikes and likes, so that you can know each other's body and know each other's temperament on what arouses you or makes you happy. I believe that too, Santana, a little bit. Totally. I don't think I want to be tied up. Tried that years ago when I was younger. Didn't like that one. So um, I agree, though, totally. Hmm. James, well, men can make you lazy, sir. If you guys are boring, get boring. Hell, would you say get boring? LOL. Then we get boring. Hell, want to hang off the damn sofa bed counter. Okay. Okay. We just have to make it more interesting. Totally. We got to make it more interesting. Um, Peggy said, I move around and I know how to please a man. So why do they leave? Sometimes, let me think about that one. Because I think some men think that they want something, but they're not completely sure. And sometimes with men have to test the waters. So men have to sometimes see how a woman feels before they want to go further. And sometimes men want to have sex with you more than one time before they can really decide that they want to be in a relationship. So that's the reason why men operate the way they operate sometimes. Hey, Kristen, welcome to Lifestyles. Thanks for coming in tonight. Good to see you. Communication and chemistry, you're absolutely right. I totally agree. Ferris said weight definitely is a big factor. You have to be equally yoked, totally equally yoked. I totally agree with the weight thing. Absolutely. Well, Peggy, you know what? That may be right. They may not be able to handle you. You may just be too much, but there is a man that can handle you. It has to happen. Well, Ferris, sometimes men get tired, but you have to understand it's a tough, women are made different from men. So, men have to, women just lay there. So men have to, you know what I'm saying? So it just it just it just varies on the man. Some men have the stamina, some men don't. I have stamina. Uh, I lost 85 pounds and I trust my sex game is off the chain now. That you know what, fair, that's great. And I commend you because everybody can say they lost 85 pounds. So that's awesome. And I wish the best sex life for you. It's great. Totally. George said sex is about physical connection. You can move around and do everything, but sometimes the two just don't feel right together. I agree, George. Totally. Um, Everybody just, some people just kind of fade away from each other, grow apart, um, and the sex life might have been great when they first, start dating, and then it just kind of faded away because it just became a chore after a while. Um, but I don't know. I mean, it just varies on the individuals, the couples, the person. Um, Communication is definitely key. Speak to your mate. Tell them what you like, what you don't like, what you want to try. Um, Different things work and some things don't work. Um, I hear what you're saying, but most women's cookie is not on display for sampling until a man makes up his mind. Wow, is she sharing herself with a confused man? Well, you know what, Santana, it's like this. I think that with women, because you're made and set up different, it you feel like that. But with a man, men have to we're the gatherers, the hunters rather. So we, for unfortunately, sometimes do have to try out the water to see if it tastes right. If it doesn't taste good, we move on. Um, you don't want we don't always want to stick around to see if the water is going to get sweeter because sometimes it never gets sweet. So that's just the way it is. We do have to sample, unfortunately. It may sound cruel and unusual, but that's just the way it is until we find that special mate that we just gel with and we don't want anymore. Until then, that's just the way it is sometimes. Yeah. Yes, I was too damn little to be that big. I'm 5 foot away. I should have been dragging it all that wagon. Okay. Well, you know what? That's great, Ferris Fair. I bet you looking good. It's awesome. Why brag about sex? What you can do, likes, dislikes, and learns a partner's body. George, you know you do have to learn excuse me, the dislikes and likes about your partner's body. Absolutely. Um, no sense in bragging. Hey Nahar, what's going on? Welcome to Lifestyles. I don't think you've been in before, but I appreciate you coming in. Um, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and share the video out. Thanks for coming in. I believe the man could make the woman I believe the man can make the woman in the mood. Easy stuff. Totally, totally. And if that's easy for you, see, some guys like us, that's easy for, but then some guys, Nahar, can't always get a woman in the mood like that because they're just not ladies' men, unfortunately. We probably have that gift, and every guy just doesn't. So what we have to do is we have to give that to them. We have to help these wimpy guys out. We have to help them get through with a woman because sometimes they just can't and they don't know how to talk to a woman or even get what they want from a woman because they don't have conversation, and conversation is definitely key. Unc, what's your favorite mood song? I really don't have one. To the woman in the chat, does size matter? Back in the day, I knew you were a mess, sir. I totally was a mess. Absolutely. I never needed mood music. My mood music was always in my head. I've never actually wanted to have sex or make love to music. I do it. It's in my head already. To me, it kind of turns me off and kind of has me focused more on the music than the act itself. So, Ferris Fair, I really don't need music actually. Peggy said, "A I could let's see, I could should go for personality as well." Okay. Yes, size matters. Peggy said. What does being a ladies' man have to do with it? Um, well, Gwendolyn. Okay. No, you like the sound. Ha ha. You're right. What does a ladies' man have to do with it? Um, I'll get back with you, Gwen. I'm thinking. And you got to give me a minute on that. What I'm thinking. Um, LOL said sex sounds are the best. LOL. Absolutely. Uh, Peggy, is it a deal breaker? Sex is like opening a safe. You have to have a right combination that one someone up to you, that one someone up to you sexually and mentally wants you. Okay. Okay, George. Okay. And that's a maturity in you, man. I can hear the maturity in your conversation. Um, I'm still thinking about Gwendolyn's question though, the ladies' man being what does being a ladies' man have to do with it? Come on, guys, help me out. Hey, Trey Ace of Spades, what's happening? Welcome to Lifestyles. We are talking about relationships, why men do what they do, why women do what they do, why do men think their penises run everything? Why do women wait so long to have sex and then blame the man um, because after they get clingy with a man because they haven't had sex in a long time? Sex, does size matter? We're kind of throwing everything out there tonight. Um, Depends on how well you use it. Under 5 inches is a waste of time. Peggy, I feel sorry for guys that are under 5 inches totally, but that's their business, none of mine. I'm totally okay. Um, if it starts right outside the bedroom, then it will lead to being in great in the bedroom. Absolutely. So Gwendolyn, foreplay definitely. Um, Vagina rules the world. Honestly, fair is fair. Okay, okay. Vagina can get a lot of things done and accomplished sometimes. True. Definitely grown people talk, Trey, Ace of Spades. Absolutely. Um, we're talking about it. Give it to me. I am listening and I am on it. Well, sometimes I think the hard one can rule too. I don't want to get too obscene, Ferris Fair, and you know what I'm talking about. So sometimes, you know, uh, we can run everything too. A man with a hard, you know what, long, you know what, that knows how to work it, we can run things too. Um, and that's just the way it is. But you have to use it wisely, and every woman can't take it mentally. We do know that, men, right? If it's good, they can't always take it. 5 inches, yeah, that's too bad. Ladies, man is attracted to women's needs and desires. You may not want that person as a mate, but they know how to make you feel just right. George, you nailed it. That's cool. You're right. You nailed it. Right on, right on. Nahar, if the man is more sensitive than the woman, or he complains a lot, or has a mood swing, then the woman has no chance to be feminine. Okay, okay. Good, good. Hey, that's a good opinion. Totally. You're right. So everybody should go into bed kind of happy and not do the makeup sex and be angry. Just, try to please one another. See what each other likes. What are each other's dislikes? Try some new things out in the bed, in the bedroom. Try some things. Um, Sorry, James. Peggy said just talking about personal experience. James, okay. I think if oral sex is bad, it's a no-go. Okay, fair is fair. You know what? And everybody doesn't know how to do that either. So I wouldn't want a woman to bite me or make me feel teeth. So um, I agree with the oral sex definitely. If a woman doesn't know what she's doing, then do not try it. If a man doesn't know what he's doing with a woman, then he shouldn't try it. Don't experiment. You should know what you're doing because you're making us look bad. So if you're gonna do it right, gentlemen. Do it right. Oh, excuse me. Yes, and do freaking different things. Okay, absolutely. Let's do some different stuff in the bedroom. Let's not always just lay down and I'm done. We've got to do some different things out here to please our mates. If you have somebody in your life, somebody special, um, put some new things out there. Talk about some things. Watch some videos. Um, they're different things to please each other. Let's try this. Let's try that. Okay. Hey, Holly, welcome to Lifestyles. What's going on? The tongue helps a lot. Okay. Threesomes. Okay. Okay. I've had my share in my past. I've had a couple, me and two women. Uh, and hey, it was an experience that I definitely enjoyed at that particular time. James, we're going to start doing this at least once a week, having grown folk discussion and talking about grown folk stuff. This is definitely not for kids. So if my son is watching, go to bed or watch something different, son. We do not want you listening to this. This is for adults and not teenagers. Okay. Um, I did. It's fair. Twice. It was, like I said, it was a good experience for me. I was a little younger and I enjoyed it actually. No, 3 times. 3 times. Um, yeah, fair is fair. A mess. But again, it was enjoyable at that particular time in my life, and it was something I always wanted to do. Got it done. It's in the closet and doesn't need to come out necessarily. So I feel that if that's something you've always wanted to do it with the right people, a right person, and enjoy yourself, and don't get caught up in the hype. Um, Okay, okay, fair is fair, and that's okay. Everybody, that's not for everybody. But then there's some women that want two dicks, or two penises. So, um, you know, I, it is what it is. Some women can take two men, or some women can take a woman and a man. It just varies. Thank you, fair is fair, and I love you too. Thank you. Lifestyles love you. We love you. We love you. We love you. We love you. Pause. Nahir. Nar, okay, let's pause. One big thing people should so let's see. One big thing people should so or know if their partner's cycle when they had when or how often does your man or woman desire sex? Not knowing your partner's cycle causes problems. True, but women have cycles, so that's some women have cycles, so that's something you can't kind of get through or get rid of. You just have to know how to kind of go around that. If your girl's on a period or whatever, it is what it is. You just kind of have to maybe have to jack off or masturbate or whatever, and do something different. Suck on her breast and masturbate. I don't know. In my 20s, I had a threesome, but I would never admit it outside this chat. Okay, James, and I wouldn't either. It's just we're going to keep it in the chat, and that is it. Nobody else knows, and I won't tell us so, I promise. No snitching over here. What about married couples and swingers? Um, you know, my ideal on that is that, some people just like to step out the box and try something different without quote unquote cheating. And I think that that's what it is. When you want to cheat, instead of cheating, you just turn into a swinger, so that you don't lose your mate and you can still have fun with somebody else. I guess. Honestly, I wouldn't want my wife sleeping with another man or woman. To me, that's just still cheating, and I wouldn't want to see my wife or significant other being pleased by somebody else. I don't know. Maybe I'm different. I'm different about that. I don't think that now it'd have to be somebody that I didn't care that much about or wasn't in a serious relationship with. Yes, then yeah, we could go to a swingers thing or whatever if that's what she wanted to do. Ferris said, "My idea: sex should be a go a day, skip a day, go a day, skip a day." Okay, okay. And I can agree with that. I mean, I like to have sex and every other day would be nice if that's was my lifestyle, that would be cool. Um I could go for that and that wouldn't be a problem. I think people need to have more sex and stop being so angry because then they can get that frustration off of them and that stress. Oh, okay. Well, George, you just have to find somebody that likes to have sex because once a month or once every other month is just not enough for some people. You know, it's just not doable when you've been together with somebody for years. You got to put that. It shouldn't be a schedule. You should just turn over and have sex. That's it. Yes, I think outside the marriage does not have a involved feeling. True, Trey. Okay, Shirley, awesome. Lynn said, "Why are so many men into anal?" That's gross. I don't know. I think they're just butt bandits myself. I don't know. No, I don't know. I can't say that. I've had anal a couple times in my life when I was younger. I used to enjoy it, but I had a couple bad experiences, and after that, and I didn't want to do anal anymore. Um, I just wasn't into it anymore. Um, Santana said, "Love this honestly, and I agree with a few comments, but it's hard to casually date or have casual sex. I have had some stalkers in my life." Well, Santana, it shouldn't be so good, and then you wouldn't have stalkers. Fortunately, they weren't like me, and not a stalker, and that can take something good and keep moving on. All guys can't do that. Some guys are stalkers and can't take it. Just like women, if you give them something good, sometimes they want more and more and more, or they want to be your girlfriend the next day after once or twice of sex. Yeah, fair is fair. Like I said, I had two or three bad experiences with the anal, and I did not like that anymore. So I did not suggest that anymore, nor is it anything that I'm attracted to anymore. I do like a fat ass, but I don't want it. I don't want to go inside of the ass, not anymore. Peggy said, "I move on." Okay. Yeah, damn, Santana, you must be putting it down. Yeah, I agree. Santana must be putting it down, so that's the reason why she doesn't want to have casual sex, which is totally understandable. But sometimes men have to. Again, we want to taste it feel it, and see if we like the sex, because your personality can be awesome. But remember, we can't make a woman feel a certain way. So, sex before marriage, I don't agree with, because if a woman doesn't feel a certain way once you marry them, then what do you do? What do you do? If a man doesn't feel a certain way until you have sex with him in marriage, what do you do? Put up with it the rest of your life if a man's small or doesn't know what he's doing, or if a woman's doesn't know what she's doing or doesn't feel good or has any intentions, doesn't have any intentions on liking sex, what do you do? So I definitely believe in tasting the waters and seeing what you feel like first, and going over that more than one time. Yeah, I call it 100 fucks. I'm just being honest. That's what I call it. If we haven't had sex that many times, then why should I be wanting to get super serious with you if we haven't even bonded enough yet? That's just my opinion. And yes, you have to test the waters, Peggy said. No sex is part of getting to know a person. Okay. Okay, Holly. Okay. And sex is a great thing. You don't want to take anything from it. It's awesome when you are with somebody that you care about at the end of the day. I'll say that. Okay. And hopefully they are into you as much as you're into them, and you can enjoy each other, and please each other again, and get the stress off of one another, because it's nothing like going to bed with stress on you, and you've been with somebody for a long time, yet you can't turn over and stick it in. It doesn't make any sense, but you say you love each other. Then that means you're just sleeping with the enemy if you can't turn over and have sex with your mate, um, or they're having sex with somebody, is what I think. Just my opinion. Okay, that's a good question for the ladies. I have a question for the ladies. George said, if you're with a man that can't get it up, and has no attraction to you after being together for less than 10 years, for let's say 10 years, do you cheat or settle or move on? Move on, move on. Gwendolyn said move on. Lynn said move on. Fair is fair. Peggy said move on. Yeah, because your life is too short, and you don't want Tracy Spade said move on. You don't want to be in a relationship like that for that amount of time, and somebody's not attracted to you. You know, it's crazy. We're just saying the hard poor man. Okay. Depends on the individual. I'm moving on. Absolutely. Sex can be a crazy thing, but it can be a beautiful thing. It's just people need to know who they're with and know who their mate is, know who their friend is, friends with benefits, whatever the case is. Enjoy each other. If you are married, try to get help first. Okay, Gwendolyn. Okay. George said, thanks, ladies. Uh, yeah. I don't know. It's good to have a healthy sex life with the person you're seeing or dating or whatever. But if you're married, you shouldn't you should be having sex. And that's the thing. Some people aren't. Holly said no, flip the script. Okay. There are three keys to a relationship. Shoot, Gwendolyn, I'm waiting. We're waiting. Ladies, have any of you faked an orgasm? If so, why not be honest with your man? Ladies, have you faked an orgasm? James Hudson wants to know. We want to know. Inquiring minds will want to know what's going on. Have you faked a oh? Have you faked it? Please tell me. Tell us. We want to know. Because you know what? Men can fake an orgasm too. Did you know that? Without anything coming out. We can act like we came and we didn't. So it happens. Communication, sex, and finance, Gwendolyn says. Holly says 10 years she has no sex drive. You leave or stay. Yeah. Nope. Peggy said nope. So yeah, we're gonna I don't know. We're gonna have to I want everybody to think of a good question for next week's topic, and we're gonna talk about that too. I don't want to know. I appreciate the gesture, Nahar said. You leave in Georgia, okay, exactly. We can fix it too. Or find a side piece. I mean, if that's what you have to do, I guess I don't believe in cheating now that I'm older and more mature. I believe that you ought to leave. I don't think you should cheat. Um, I just don't believe that's just to me, that's just a waste of time. Yep. Yep, James, absolutely. We can definitely fake it. I mean, I can act like I came and not. Next week, what time? Okay. Um, I don't know. Let's do I wanted to do Friday this week, so let's do Friday evening. We're gonna do relationships again. I'm gonna be doing some collaborations with a DJ Bandana Black eventually. We reached out to each other and talked a little bit briefly, and we're gonna start doing some topics. He's a pretty big DJ up in Buffalo, New York, so we'll be doing some topics soon. So I'll be bringing him on the chats eventually. So working on that. I know I never answered the question. I about the ladies, man. I mean, I don't know, Gwen. If you're a ladies man, you're just a ladies man. I mean, you're either a square, a regular guy, a ladies man. Some women just like ladies men. It doesn't have anything to do with it, but a ladies man has more of a choice sometimes with the women that he's talking to. A regular guy um, that isn't a ladies man isn't necessarily the kind of gentleman that has a lot of women that are calling him or whatever. So um, a ladies man is different because his choices are different. He has more choices, I guess. I don't know, Gwen. I'm trying to answer it the best way I can. Yes, I have, Lynn. Okay. Eric, the channel is lit. Keep up the great work. Thanks, James. I appreciate that, man. Salute, West Coast. Oh, West Coast. Some people don't leave and have the understanding by letting their partner have a side piece depending on how much they have invested in the relationship. Time, money, kids. Gwendolyn said, but what does it has to do with great sex? Um, a man that's been with a lot of women, maybe a ladies' man, maybe knows how to please a woman a lot more, maybe than a regular guy, or a man that hasn't been with a lot of women, maybe. I can maybe answer that. Um, Maybe a ladies' man would know how to please a woman more because he's been with several women and different personalities, so he knows what to do sexually for those different women. Maybe is it okay for a woman to be a sugar mama? George wants to know. That's for the ladies. But is it okay for a gentleman to be a sugar daddy? That's for the ladies. I mean, for the men. And she doesn't want a relationship because I define sugar mama. A woman that gives man money to sleep with her sometimes or to spend time with her. Just like women that want men money from older men, except for sometimes the older men aren't sleeping with the younger women. They're just maybe licking and not sticking. But nowadays, these older men have gotten a little wiser and they want sex. They're not just giving up money. Just break it down. Someone that's more attractive, has more offers, whether male or female, doesn't mean you're a ladies' man, etc. Since the weight loss, y'all ass can't stop starting staring, and it's fine. But you know what? I always see beauty in a woman that's big, small, or whatever before they get to where they need to be because I see real beauty in a woman. Some men don't. Some men just think everything's superficial and right there in front of them. I can look at a bigger woman, a real little woman, whatever, and I can see beauty in every woman. Is it true that a woman has a longer sex drive than a man? I don't know. My sex drive definitely hasn't went anywhere, but I do know that a woman doesn't get hard, so it would be a lot different. A woman's vagina, I don't think necessarily is going to dry up, and if it does, it can definitely get wet again. So I believe a woman can probably have sex longer. I would say yes. Never screw for a dollar, honey. All right, screw for more than a dollar. Y'all need to be discreet, she said. Ferris said, a woman to just sex and maybe hang out and take care of that man, like leave money on the table and leave, she's done. I've seen a gigolo show like that years ago on HBO or Showtime, and it was a professional black woman, professional white women that pay these escort men to sleep with them, and they leave money on the counter, I mean on the table, sleep with them, and that's it. That's all they want is sex, and that's it. Well, 58's a good age for sex, and you keep on going, Peggy. It doesn't stop and it doesn't dry up. It'll only get better. Holly says, I'd like to be in a relationship, but dating is different nowadays. It's just about sex. She needs to open up with her partners. Holly, you agree? I totally agree. Ferris said, I laughed so hard. Okay. We're going to wrap this up in about 50 minutes, everybody. We're going to Unc, how old are you? I am 48 years old and I am still looking good. I am strong, healthy. Um, I raked my yard, my neighbor's yard. I bagged up a whole lot of leaves today. I have a lot of energy, and I hope I keep all that energy for 48, actually. Um, so, yeah, communication, sex, finance. I agree with all. It shows that it'll make a good relationship. Trey, Ace of Spades, absolutely. 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 Um, But yeah, this has been an awesome chat. And thanks everybody for coming in tonight. We're going to start definitely doing this. Definitely. Okay, Ferris. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's a compliment and I really appreciate that. Thank you. And um, I'm sure he appreciates you for being honest and dedicated. Absolutely, George. We'll start talking more about relationships, doing this at least once a week, and seeing what's on everybody's mind as far as sex, relationships, why men do what they do, why women do what they do. Um, I appreciate everybody coming in the chat tonight. It's been awesome. I've enjoyed this chat, and it's been a really good talk, talking about tricking and whoring. And by the way, I've got a pimp that I'm going to ex pimp whatever that I'm going to be interviewing. So that should be really interesting. Everybody be looking out for that. I'll put that up in the box and let everybody know when I'm doing that. And we're going to see what's on a pimp's mind or somebody that has pimp women. And we're going to see what's on his mind. And I'm sure this will be an interesting conversation. I'll sit back and let you guys do some of the talking, some of the asking questions. I'll ask some of the questions and then we'll see what happens. You know what? I'm taking you to wherever I can take you to. We're going to be interviewing and talking to different kinds of people. Um, it's not always going to be about politics and stuff like that. Remember cooking or this is lifestyles, and that's the reason why I named this lifestyles with Eric because we're going to be talking about all sorts of things, doing all sorts of different things. So it's all in the lifestyle, and that's what it is. Respect, communication, conspiring, love, compromising. I'm sorry. I mean, comprising love and trust is what is needed. All righty. James said, Eric, the question is for you. Would you ever use the blue pill? No. If I don't get up over 50, okay, I've got 2 years. I've never, and I know young guys that use the pill for extra stamina. I have great stamina still at 48. So at 50, I'd hope I still would have stamina, I'm sure. But if I didn't, whatever I needed to do to keep this thing hard, I would do it. Whether it be eat healthy, take the blue pill every now and then, or whatever I had to do, James, because I do enjoy having sex when I want to have sex. So or just waking up with a morning wood and putting it in my own hand and masturbating if that's what I need to do just to make it through the day. So blue pill if necessary. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't need a pill, Ferris Fair. Never, never. I eat healthy, take my multivitamins, and that's pretty much it. Good night, Lynn. No pills. Come on, people. To his voice, this man is all testosterone. All right, all right, all right, all right. All man, all man. Okay, so welcome to Lifestyles. Have a good Saturday. Be safe out there. I may do a video tomorrow. Come back at you, talk to you about some things earlier in the day. So we'll see how everybody's doing tomorrow. Stay safe. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe to Lifestyles with Eric. This has been real. It's been a great conversation. Good night, all. All righty. Bye bye.